Hi there, I'm Mike, and what I have for you today is a video that I've been waiting for quite some time to do. I finally got the final member of the it's not newly re-released, but the updated versions of Rogue One. Last year, 2021, was the 5-year anniversary of Rogue One, and in June of 2021, Hasbro announced an updated fan channel exclusive Rogue One set, just like they did with Rebels back in the day. Over the last, I don't know how many, they announced them in June. They're supposed to come out 3 months later in like September. I think the first one I got was last December. I think I got K2SO first, and then I think I got Chirrut Imwe. And then eventually I got Jyn and Cassian Andor here, and I finally got Baze Malbus. So the reason they came out sporadically is Hasbro didn't package all of these in one like box like they normally would with a wave. All of the waves were single packed with one figure, so the figures came out sporadically because of, you know, the way everything's kind of happening right now in the world with shipping delays and all of that stuff. So instead of coming out September like they should have, they came out all over the place. What I want to do is open them up because these are replacing the versions of these I have in my collection. But I want to do just kind of a comparison to show you these. These three figures here came out in 2016. They came out at the Rogue One Force Friday. This one, these two right here were the first figures that came out back in 2017. They were part of like the first wave of that year. They were all fine. I've actually reviewed all of these, except I don't think I've actually reviewed. Oh dang! I don't think I've actually reviewed any of these three. I take that back. I reviewed these two. I have not reviewed these three. This one and this one were part of that wave. This one came out in a 3-pack that had another Jyn Erso, so you know, hooray. And then it also had an exclusive Death Trooper like commander. So this is actually my third Jyn Erso like this, you know, because I've got the first one that came out in a box, and I've got that one that came out in the 3-pack, and now I willingly bought this one with an updated face. So I guess let's get started. This is number 1 in the pack here. You can see here it says Jyn Erso, putting behind a checkered past by lending her skills to a greater cause. Jyn Erso is impetuous, defiant, and eager to bring the battle to the Empire. Used to operating alone, she finds higher purpose by taking on a desperate mission for the Rebel Alliance. And basically, you know, she dies. And all these people are dead by the end of the movie. So spoiler alert if you haven't seen going on a 6-year-old movie. Now my light here is all kind of weird. I've got a new setup here. Let me know what you think. I think it's okay. I think this is fine. Anyways, so we have Rogue One here, Jyn Erso. We have the Rogue One, the new Galaxy packaging for this. Let's go ahead and get this open because I'm very excited to kind of compare it to the original. So we got to get her blaster, and then, you know, dropping it on the floor is actually part of it. All right, let's put that back there. So we have Jyn Erso here. Now, a couple things about her. Woo! This is still true. She has wobbly legs. Oh my goodness. That's pretty bad in terms of how wobbly that leg is. That's actually really bad. It looks like it's not even really in the peg's not even in the foot, kind of. I don't know. Like that's bad. All right. Anyways, can she stand without looking like she's got a double jointed ankle? Kinda. I mean, this is how she stands anyway on my shelf. Let's get this down here. Next, we're going to bring that here with this Jyn Erso. And one of the things I just kind of wanted to talk about first is that 2016, when these came out, was probably the darkest timeline. It was a dark moment for the Black Series. We're gonna get her little scarf thing off. It's cool that she came with it. It sucks that she came with it on, because she doesn't really wear it all that much in the show. Anyways, so let's get this in here. There we go. So here we have the two. So I guess what I was talking about here for being a dark moment in the Black Series line, they were doing this thing with the faces on here where they didn't really put any paint on the face whatsoever. They were still doing, everything was sculpted in one single piece. Like the hair wasn't a separate piece. And then they would paint the eyes and they would paint the lips, and that's it. And the effect that it gave it was this really soft focus, kind of like a glamour shot you get at the mall kind of thing, if that makes sense. Whereas now you can see the face has a little bit more tint to it, although it's not really matching her neck or kind of the hands. Actually, I would say it kind of matches the hands. But yeah, it's not the best, but it looks loads better. It looks like the actual actress here. I like it. The downside is this is garbage. This leg here, you can see mine, it's still really thin and kind of rubbery, but at the very least, like, it's not flopping. This one looks like her leg is broken. So what I'm probably gonna do here, can I just take this off? Oh, I don't want to break it. I might need to heat it up to take it off. I think what I'm gonna do is heat it up and pop the head off and swap it over, because I can't live with that. That's bad. That's so bad. I don't know what they did, but that's pretty bad. Anyways, so she doesn't come with much, which is, I guess, one of the issues also, but it's not a huge issue. I feel like the paint on the jacket is a lot better. Like, I feel like this is darker color, which I like better. I feel like this is a lot sharper and more pronounced. That sucks. Maybe I'll just try to fix her leg. Maybe heating it up and kind of messing around with it will fix that, because I definitely think the paint apps on the body here are a lot better. So yeah, she does come with this little blaster, which she uses in the movie, and she comes with her shawl, the little. I guess I don't know what else you'd call that. It's a shawl basically. It's just a. Yeah, and her arm articulation doesn't go past that, which kind of sucks. It doesn't. Yeah, it's got to go that way because of that. So she doesn't even get 90 degrees on it, which kind of blows. But honestly, mine just sits on the shelf, looking like this. In fact, usually I've got her blaster holstered and she just stands there. I think I might start displaying her though without her shawl, her little scarf. It's nice. It's a nice scarf. I just I don't really. It kind of hinders it. I don't know. And she doesn't really look like that in the movie all that much, you know. So far, kind of a give and take. I feel like the old figure itself is a lot more stable because I've got a little QC issue on there. Anyways, let's move on to Cassian Andor, because he is number 2 in the line. Now, this is not the one that was part of the main line, which I said. And this one, I believe, actually entered into my top 10. I don't remember what number he was, but he was in my top 10 figures of 2016 because I liked him so much. I like the look. I like the vibe. I love the gun, which we'll get into. it just kind of sucked that the only way to get him at that point was to buy that 3-pack, which, you know, you already had a very mediocre figure there. But let's take a look here. So, an accomplished Alliance intelligence officer with combat field experience, Captain Cassian Andor commands respect from his rebel troops with his ability to keep a cool head under fire and complete his missions with minimal resources. So we are supposedly getting, well, not supposedly, we're definitely getting a show developed around him. I don't really know how I feel about that, to be honest, because I think that we know his story. We know where it ends. I don't really need to go back and see more of it, if that makes sense. Like I've kind of seen all I really personally care about for Cassian Andor. I like this character, but kind of knowing how it ends already, it's really hard to kind of root for him. Like, I'm not worried that he's gonna die at all because I know where he dies. You know, I do like, you know, in the movie, he's kind of I wouldn't say an asshole, but he is kind of an asshole. But his morals, I guess, are a little bit grayer than I'm used to for like the rebellion, which I kind of dig. I kind of dig that. Oh man, you know, maybe the rebellion, they were desperate and they had all these issues and they had to worry about stuff that you didn't really consider before. I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with that, but I like the idea. You know, he killed that guy because he was wounded, and if he didn't, he would have been caught. And that's just not something you kind of expect from a good guy, which, you know, he is. He's a good guy. He's a rebel. In fact, a high up ranking leader of the rebels. So I kind of like that. He's a captain. This is Captain Cassian Andor, and the original one looks the same. Lo mismo, if we're going for his Spanish heritage. And oh my God, look at the difference between these two figures here. It is crazy how different those are. And again, it's because back then, the only paint on him are his eyebrows. He looks sad, firstly. His eyes look kind of dull. And his beard, which is a beard, looks like a goatee because it's darker here and lighter here. So it's really hard to kind of tell that it's a beard. Whereas here, because of the actual paint apps on his face, we can see the contours of the sculpt. Like, the sculpt is there, but because there's no paint on this, you really can't tell that the sculpt is there. He also doesn't, because of the paint on the eyebrows, he doesn't look sad. He kind of looks really stern, which is not how I ever saw this character. Other than that, man, from the waist down here, let's take a look here. So we've got kind of, I called it, I think in my review, like Kyle Katarn-esque looking clothes here with the jacket, the kind of, you know, the tan military kind of cargo pants. We got the holster. I dig all of that. I love it. A couple of things about this articulation wise as well. They only had this torso articulation. Like, there's nothing on the waist here, just this torso, which was a weird choice because, like, you know, what can you do with that? You want to turn, but he still kind of looks weird. I don't know. Oops. So what does he come with? And this is kind of cool because in the movie, he had this. We've got his blaster here. Let's get this back here. There we go. We've got his blaster here, and my phone has stopped auto focusing. That's cool. And then you can kind of put it. I think this is what they called the sniper configuration of there. So you could put that front on it, and then you can put the stock on it like that. And we get a much cooler blaster with the regular blaster at the core there. And I dig this a lot. I love this. And the look and the blaster are basically one of the reasons why I gave him a slot in the top of 2016, because I really dig it. Now this is an older mold now, so the articulation kind of sucks. There we go. You know, it's you can't really get him into any cool, like you can get him in cool poses, but there are a lot of poses you can't do because of the limited arm articulation. It doesn't bend very far. There's no butterfly shoulders. You know, his legs, they're not great. They are double jointed, but you know, they're just, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot missing here. Yeah, one of the things with the newer like arm articulations is a lot easier, to get him. Ooh, that is loose. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's terrible. Oh my goodness. He's got jacking off feature right there is what he's got. What the heck, man? That's nothing a little Kiki fix loose joint can't fix, but that's terrible. You definitely don't have that issue here. Like, you know, I can whack it and it will move a little bit, but it won't stay there. Whereas this is just like, this is loose. This is all over the place. That's terrible. Oh God. Hasbro. You know, I try to give you the benefit of the doubt as much as I can. Often to the point where people accuse me of being a Hasbro shill. But oh, damn, is that not good? that is not good. I'm not gonna put some Kiki fix loose joint on there right now. I'll do that off camera. But if you haven't seen me do that, I have a whole video on it where I do it to Hux. So we're just gonna leave that right there. And we're gonna move on to the one that's probably the least changed, but we're just gonna compare them anyway. And that is K2SO. A reprogrammed Imperial security droid, now loyal to the Alliance, K2SO is an alarming sight standing within a secret rebel base. The pragmatic droid is an effective insertion agent as he can blend in perfectly at Imperial installations and outposts. So this is K2SO, voiced by Alan Tudyk, and one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. Let's go ahead and get him out. Now, the nice part about this is, since he is a droid and he's kind of a standard Imperial droid, you can have just multiples of him on your shelf. You don't have to really worry about, oh, I only want one K2SO. He can just be a security droid. This is actually the third one I'm going to have in my collection, because one came with the new Disney droid pack, which is pretty cool. And he's got a lot of fun paint apps. I don't have that here. I did do a whole video on it if you want to go see that on my channel. But let's take a look at this bad boy. So I know one of the things they did do was they made these eyes a lot brighter. So let's take a look here at the original. I don't know. To me, the eyes look the same. They made a big deal. They're like, oh, we could do some cool stuff with the eyes now. And now I just don't see it. I feel like it's not really all that different. Now mine's a little dusty because it has sat on my shelves for quite some time. The paint apps are largely the exact same, but I feel like the color is a little darker and the silvers are a little shinier. All right. I also think that maybe it's just the difference between the lighter black and the darker black, but I feel like whatever color this is around the shoulder, it stands out a lot better. Yeah, I don't know. See, I found if you kind of bend his legs a little bit, he tends to stand a lot better. But I do have issues with K2SO in general, just not wanting to stand properly. I do think he kind of has like a lanky Slender Man kind of look to him. Like it's like when they were creating or designing him, they're like, what if we took that Slenderman character and we turned him into a robot? And someone was like, yeah, that's what we'll do. I like him, other than the fact that this one, I can't really say this one for sure, but this one for sure does not like to stand. He will fall over at the drop of a hat, and it's really, really annoying. In fact, I had him sitting on the shelf, just like with his long, lanky legs hanging off the side, because that's just how I could do it. I don't know. Oh, I do like it, and so far he has the fewest QC issues. Haven't really seen any issues here. All of his legs, his feet, everything wants to bend the right way, so that's nice. The only thing I really wish they had done was given him a gun, because that was like a plot point in the movie. Well, not a plot point in the movie, but it was a point in the movie where, Jyn gave K2SO a blaster, and it was like a touching moment because he wanted one and Cassian said he couldn't have one. So I like that, and I wish that he came with it. And it's kind of dumb, especially in the re-release, for them not to give it to him, especially when they've made that gun. The gun that he gets is the same one that the Death Troopers come with, the little sidearm. So I really do feel like he should have come with it. And it sucks that he doesn't. He's just a really tall character. And I'm just, at this point, honestly, I'm just glad that they didn't make him a deluxe, because I wouldn't put it past Hasbro to do that. But let's move on here to Chirrut Imwe. Now, I have absolutely done Chirrut here on my channel. So if you want to go see that, if you want to go see that, go take a look here. But I'll read this real quick. Deeply spiritual, Chirrut Imwe believes all living things are connected through the Force. Though he lacks Force abilities, this warrior monk has rigorously honed his body through intense physical and mental discipline. Now, I won't critique Rogue One that much, because I did like the movie a lot. It is a fun Star Wars movie, and of all the Star Wars, it has a war in it, which is, I feel like, something that a lot of Star Wars movies tend to not have. It's actually got a kind of a war, which is neat. But I do feel like they should have made him a hidden Jedi. I get why they didn't. They wanted to make a movie without Jedi in it, which I get. I get it 100%. I do think the original intention was to make him a hidden Jedi, but he didn't. He does come with this gun. I'm not gonna pull it out. It's like because I talk about it in my review. It's like his light bow caster thing. I don't know. It's not a bow caster, but it's like a light bow and arrow thing. And it's very similar to what Omega has. And I wish that they had done something like that with this, where it kind of folds up or doesn't fold up. But again, if you want to see more about that, you can see my original review of Chirrut, which I absolutely did do. But for now, there we go. I'm going to leave that in there. So we have Donnie Yen here. And we'll get, he has his walking stick on here. One of the issues with this walking stick is it doesn't, He doesn't super love to hold it. Just because his hands they don't go tight enough around it. But for now, that'll be fine. Let's go ahead and compare this to the original. Now, the same kind of thing here. The original had that soft look about it where they hardly put any paint on there at all. Basically, his eyebrows and his eyes and his hair, and that's it. Whereas here, they put shading and everything on it, which really brings out the sculpt to show you that the sculpt was absolutely there the whole time. Hasbro did a great job of sculpting this figure, but they just didn't do a good job of painting it, which sucks. So I like him. I like the mixture of soft goods down here, and we've got the kind of regular molded rubber plastic up on top and on the back. Like that's a fun compromise that I kind of wish they had done more. I feel like this one has a lot of extra fabric here that this one doesn't have. Yeah, it has it. Okay. It's just not as long. I feel like this is longer. Huh. Weird. But yeah, overall, I feel like this is much better. It's going to be a good Donnie-Yen on my shelf. So I'm happy to have him. I'm glad that they gave that. I'm glad I have it. All right. And then lastly, my figures. I've got too many figures here for my camera. There we go. So lastly, we have Baze Malbus. Let's go ahead and take a look here. The harsh reality of his Imperial-occupied homeworld has hardened Baze Malbus into a pragmatic soldier and a crack shot with his heavy repeater cannon. And that's all we get. I feel like we get a lot more on here. So let's go ahead and bust this open. I absolutely loved Chirrut and Baze in the movie. They were by far the standouts of the movie, just in terms of the camaraderie they clearly had for each other. I don't know, I loved all of it there. Let's see. They definitely packaged this differently than the original one was packaged. I'll tell you that from my memory. Oh, okay. I was worried that he wouldn't have this. I think it's a stunner, like a taser. I don't remember him actually using it in the movie, but the original had it, and it just plugs into his belt like this. I was worried he wouldn't have it because I didn't see it in the package, but he does. Also, in the promotional material, the one they showed off was missing this part, which is interesting. Also, there it goes. This leg was not turning, so you always got to do that gently. You don't want to break anything, but if you give firm but constant pressure, it usually loosens up those joints. So let's get him all gussied up. The backpack goes here. This goes here. Oops. Let's put it in his hand first. Like so. I have the hardest problems getting this one to stand because it is very back heavy because of the backpack. Yeah, that's right. This does not want to go in. There we go. Have to give it a good amount of pressure there. I also kind of put Baze in with, like if there were a Star Wars Ghostbusters team, Baze is 100% part of that. So let's take a look here between these two. And I think this one might be one of the bigger differences here. In terms of likeness, oh my goodness. There we go. Yeah. This one right here kind of looks like, I feel like it's almost like a racist caricature of an Asian man, whereas this looks like a person with eyelids. Oh my God. Like his eyes look like he has a medical problem because they're so small. And this one, it just looks like a normal man's face because of the, oh, come on, focus on it. Because of the paint. Like that looks fantastic. Look at that. Oh man. It's like night and day there. Yeah. Oh, good. Good. Okay. Back there. So this is the full setup of the original Rogue One figures next to the updated ones. And I say, at least on the faces, they're all way better on the new ones. I think probably, obviously the least drastic one is K2SO, because like that wasn't really a problem with K2SO. It's just nice having two of those. My favorite, most drastic face changes are Baze and Cassian Andor compared to the original. Jyn's is better, although the figure on mine is like markedly worse, just way bad. A lot of QC issues with this. I'll have to fix this. I'm gonna have to fix her leg. I'm gonna have to fix his arm. Baze and Chirrut, thankfully, didn't really have any issues, which is nice. I'm glad that I don't have to worry about that. But these two definitely have issues I'll have to fix. But I definitely think that the new ones are worth getting if you passed on the old ones. And if you have the old ones, it might be worth upgrading to the new ones. It just might. Because they are really good. They're really good. Especially this Baze. I love this Baze so much. I was very surprised at how much I love this Baze. Let's take a look. Let's kind of go here. Kind of do a pan shot. And there we go. Oh man. Yeah, so that's it. Let me know what you thought. This isn't a review, it's more of a comparison, just comparing the original releases to the new ones. And the new ones are better, with the exception of a couple QC issues that I'm fairly confident I can fix. Yes, I shouldn't have to, but QC issues happen. They happen on old ones, they happen on new ones. It's not a recent thing. It's not like, oh, Hasbro's just now having QC problems. No. Hasbro's had QC problems for a long time. That's not new. But what is different, the faces, the paint apps, way better on the new ones. Like it's not even a question how much better the new ones are. So let me know your thoughts down in the downstairs area. Do you have the old ones? Are you getting the new ones? Did you pass the old ones, but you're getting the new ones? Did you get the old ones, so you're passing on the new ones? Let me know. I love to read and I respond when I can. But I just like to know that people watch these. So let me know down the downstairs area. I'd also love to take a moment and thank these people here for supporting my Patreon at a Black Series level or higher. Thanks so much to the people on this list. It means a lot to me that you're there. Also, if you just want to help the channel out and you don't want to spend any money, which is fine, you can like, share, and subscribe. That goes a long way to helping out the channel. But with that, that's it. That's all I've got. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting this far. And I'll see you later. Bye.